are you seeing just some of the adjustments he's been making to his swing and even kind of that back leg and stuff like that? How are you seeing it play out and him now getting some success at the plate?
He's, well, it's playing out really well. He's just taking really consistent at bats, and tonight to see him hit 2 homers and double, I think, just a really nice night. Really happy for him. He's been obviously grinding all year to kind of get to this position, and like I said, I've always said, he's a big part of, you know, what we're doing as an offense, and when he's going well, it seems like guys feed off that because he's always in the middle of things. So again, tonight was a big night for us.
How important is it for a guy who now he's like kind of just found that stride, but for him to be using both sides of the field with those homers? I mean, what does that say kind of about where his swing is at right now?
Well, when he's at his best, to take a fastball away and hit a homer the other way is really impressive, and he's covering the entire strike zone. He's hitting to all fields, and it just makes him so hard to pitch to. When he's right, he's hitting lefties as well as he's hitting righties. In the last, couple months, that's what he's been doing, and so it just obviously adds length, and he gets on base, he can slug, he can drive and run. So just that dynamic offensive player is pretty helpful.
Broadcast sort of showed you going over after Gallo's home run for your arm run. How important are some of those moments, especially for guys who've sort of been through what he has this year?
It was funny. I went up to him and told him, I like the swing, and he just kind of reiterated to me that he still doesn't want to play against left-handed pitching. So it was funny because JT made the joke after he hit the homer off Jarlin that I don't play him against left-handed pitching. So Joey wanted to make sure that we're still doing it right. We're going to stay the course. But for him to hit that homer, I actually broke the bat, which was amazing. It shows how strong he is. But just those kind of wins right there on the field for him, personally, it means a lot for me, and it's good to see him smile.
How important is this month for guys like him, like Trayce, guys like that are probably more on the periphery, as you sort of look at the rosters, sort of figure it out and sort of fill in those roles for October?
It's important. Obviously, there's guys that we've had that have been in there every day, and certain guys like Trayce and Joey acquiring late. They're trying to make a case as we go forward, and it's important. And every game, every opportunity is important, and we're evaluating every day. Because when it comes time, when that point comes, we're going to have to go with the guys that are playing the best. And so it's my job to continue to run guys out there, give them opportunities, and at some point we got to make a decision. So we're not there yet, but Joey and Trayce specifically understand that and really seizing the opportunity.
Joey talked about how playing in this lineup and not having to play every day took an element of pressure off. And I'm wondering if you've seen that manifest somehow since you were
Yeah. He's a piece of this big puzzle. He's one cog, and just wanting him to be himself and knowing he doesn't need to carry the load on any particular night, just kind of be himself and go take good at bats, play good defense, and I think that certainly has taken away some of the pressure, and that's the same for everyone in our lineup. When we're clicking, there should be a lot of guys that can produce for us. So Joey's no exception.
Max, that first big adjustment that he made was like in Colorado, late July, and he makes a readjustment here. What does that say about him that is like kind of a relentless pursuit of kind of finding solutions for him?
I think it speaks to his trust in the hitting guys, number one. He was at rock bottom. He was really scuffling. And so for him to kind of rework some things, to be open, speaks a lot to him. So those guys deserve a lot of credit. Max has finally, I can feel good about saying he's on the other side of this. And it takes a strong, mentally strong person to kind of overcome, a season that you would hope and anticipate, and for it not to play out as such, but to kind of salvage the season and know that the most important part of the season is yet to come, and he's done that. Tyler, really good tonight. Our starting pitcher. He's seen these guys a lot. I thought for him to go 7 innings and be efficient was really huge. So as we finish this series out, our bullpen is reset, really reset in a good spot, and Tyler's done that many times over. So, you know, even in that 6th inning, there was a double play I felt we should have turned, and it could have been a different outcome even in that inning. So I can't say enough good things about Tyler Anderson. So yeah.
Tucker said that, especially with Brinson, they were aggressive early on, and you saw that, and you made adjustments. How important is that for you to know a guy, trust a guy that can literally make adjustments on the fly based on what the game plan was, and then seeing that the strategy against him is different?
Yeah, there's something about Tyler in the sense of you want a player to be stubborn and convicted with certain things, but you also got to be able to appreciate what a hitter's trying to do and be able to adjust. And that is what he does. And you know, sometimes pitchers want to say, I'm going to beat you with my stuff no matter what, and I'm not going to deviate. But he's smart enough and puts his ego aside to get the hitter out, because that's still the most important thing. So yeah, Brinson hit a first pitch heater. He's beat us on some heaters this series, so we flipped the script a little bit, and that's a credit to Tyler. Thanks, guys.